As always, welcome back to DaBoot Tragedies. Today we'll be talking about Trey Holly, the 5'8", 180-pound four-star running back out of Union Parish, Louisiana, who signed his letter of intent to LSU on early signing day, December 21st. Holly is someone, as Tiger fans, we are excited about. Right as he signed his letter of intent, he tweeted at Coach Kelly. He told him, I could come to LSU right now. I'm ready to play. Like, this guy wants to suit up and play for the Tigers right now. He bleeds purple and gold. And I'm sure he want to play in the bowl game. Holly had an amazing career in high school, which ended in a record-breaking career. During his senior year, Holly broke the Louisiana career rushing record with 10,523 yards during his high school career, shattering the previous mark of 8,704 yards, which was held by former LSU running back Nick Boussette, who was also getting carries as an 8th grader. Holly also added 160 touchdowns, and 146 of those were on the ground. As an 8th grader, he rushed for 849 yards and 10 touchdowns. Then a year later, he had 207 carries, 1,638 yards, and 21 touchdowns as a freshman. Then his sophomore year came around, he started getting a little more carries, where he had 283 carries, 2,709 yards, and 44 touchdowns. That's 23 more touchdowns than a year ago he had as a freshman. Going into the junior year, once again, his carry count went up, but he had less yards. He had 296 carries with 2,633 yards and 33 touchdowns. Then moving on to his senior year, Holly added 305 carries for 2,694 yards and 38 touchdowns. That's a lot of carries, but it's a lot of yards and touchdowns as well. I mean, if you can't stop the show, why stop giving him the ball? So I'll give him the ball as much as I can, as much as he can run, as much as he wanted. Hopefully, well, it's not as much as Derrick Henry was carrying the ball. He probably had 1,000 carries a year, but he's also not as big as Derrick Henry. So there's no comparisons there. I'm just saying carry counts. He had 52 receptions, 824 yards, and 8 touchdowns through his high school career. Holly was just a big play waiting to happen. He had 5,100-plus yard rushing games during his prep career. That's insane right there. That's crazy stat, including 13 of 14 games in 2022. All of his games in 2021, he rushed for 100 yards. All 12 of his games in 2022, he rushed for over 100 yards. He finished his career with an average of 159 rush yards per game. Man, at that size and that much yards, he's just special. That's crazy right there. 159.4 rushing yards a game through your career. That's crazy. He was selected as the 3A most outstanding player and first team All-State as a junior in 2021. What do we have with Holly coming into LSU running back room? He's coming in with a classmate, Caleb Jackson, out of Liberty Magnet, out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Jackson is the 10th ranked running back, which is 2 spots ahead of Holly. Jackson has the size. He's a very good running back. He had a leg injury late into his senior year, which caused him to sit out for the rest of the year and ending his high school career. Hopefully these guys could be a 1-2 punch for us. They're coming in, and as of now, they will be joining returning backs that consist of junior Josh Williams, senior John Emery. Yes, he's a senior, but he has one more year of eligibility due to COVID. And redshirt junior Noah Kane. This trio of running backs had a good year, to say the amount of troubles we had with our offensive line. All the different combinations we had with injuries, moving players around, 2 true freshmen on the line. I'll say they had a good year for all the issues we faced. Josh led the stable and was our workhorse. When we needed him, when we needed a big first down, We need him to get in the end zone. Josh would step up and handle it for us. Being that he was a former walk-on and to end up being our star in the backfield, he has all my respect. Thank you for the great year, Josh. Let's carry that on into next season, and we're going to be better. The line's going to be better, and we're going to get better. With Emory, he had a big breakthrough plays for us, including the go-ahead touchdown against Auburn and the first touchdown reception against Alabama. But if you're a Tiger fan, you know Emory struggles with injuries, and most importantly, he fumbles the ball. That's one thing you cannot do is give up big-time fumbles, which he had this year, and that caused him to get less carries. So if John could clean up the fumbles and work on his health to stay healthy, I think he's going to have a good year returning. Noah Cain came in as a transfer from Penn State. Cain came into the game and answered when we needed him. When his numbers are called, we needed him. If we needed him to get in the end zone, he'll get there. If we needed 2 hard, tough yards, he'll get it for us. So Cain was a great addition into this running back room. Returning these 3 players who got significant playing time, will the 2 freshmen be able to get playing time? Trey Holly, I think he's going to crack some playing time this year. With Caleb, I think he might redshirt, being that he's coming off that leg injury. Let him get back to 100% healthy. Trey is a player you have to play. He just has that big play ability. You have to play him. With the comparison with these 2, like I said, I'm giving Trey Holly the Clyde comparisons. Not with just the size, but with like heart. He could catch out the backfield, and he can make that big play when you need it. And I'm going to give Ty David Price the comparison with Caleb Jackson, because they're around the same size, hard runners from Baton Rouge. So if they could accompany each other like those 2 did in 2019, we'll be in good hands. So I'm looking forward to watching Holly in that purple and gold, making them big plays in Tiger Stadium, Death Valley on a Saturday night.
Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, this DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.